I'm about to tell you what you need to know about septic tanks right now. And I mean now, because things are trending in a direction that could really affect you if you're a buyer or a seller. My name is Jonathan Green of Streamline Properties. That's my off-market property acquisition firm. I'm going to explain to you why this is such a big deal. We're dealing with it now, and we're seeing it on a lot of deals. I also run an on-market team called Streamline Properties On Market. We're brokered by eXp Realty. These tips are important for you if you're a buyer, seller, or investor, and you're buying in areas where there are septic tanks as the system to get rid of waste. Septic is this big, giant tank that will send it off into a leach field. There's a lot of things that go into it. Septic tanks in general are only going to last around these 20 to 30 years. And we're in the zone where a lot of these people are selling their homes with original septics, and it is a problem. It's not just a problem because it's going to become a negotiation between buyer and seller. That's actually going to be out of the mix soon, as many towns across New Jersey are now really focusing in on septic. And I believe that a lot of them are going to make it a requirement for sellers to repair the septic in order to sell their property. We're already seeing it in some townships because the townships don't want bad septic infecting the systems and infecting the properties. So if you're a home seller in New Jersey and you're trying to sell a home and you have old septic, I would get a quote on it right now and be upfront about it, because your deals are all going to fail. We just got a $40,000 credit for a septic system, and the estimates were average of 49.6K. So these things cost a lot. A 3-bedroom new septic is going to be 30 to 35. A 4-bedroom septic could be up to 50 grand. These are huge expenses. So if you're a buyer or an investor looking to buy an investment property and someone wants to sell you something as is and it's septic, you better count 30 grand minimum into your renovation. My project manager and partner, Jenny, and I are doing it right now, and we're trying to figure out whether or not it's going to be worth it. Beware of septic. If you have an existing septic tank, that's fine. In areas when it's working well, they need to be pumped, on a timely basis and double check. And you can get septic inspections, which is what we always do. And you should always 100% of the time get a septic inspection if there's septic. So you can find out if you need a full redo or if there's just things that you can fix. Maybe you need a new tank and the leach field is fine. But if you're not focused on these things as a home buyer, or your real estate agent isn't telling you how important it is to check up on a septic system, you are going to lose a boatload of money. And if you're a seller, you need to be prepared right now to take on the cost of the septic. If you have septic and you want to sell your home for top value and you have original septic, you're going to need to redo it, because everybody coming in and a regular market buyer is not going to want to redo an entire septic. They're just not going to do it. And when they see the cost, it's going to be astronomical. So if you're also a seller and you think you might be able to hide this and hope that people aren't going to find out, that's not a great way to sell your house, because chances are they're going to find out in the inspection, and then the deal's going to tank, and then you're going to be on the market again, and everyone's going to ask what happened. Then you're going to be required to disclose the septic issues. So you should just disclose them up front. I don't understand why real estate isn't transparent. We all do inspections. We're going to find the stuff anyway. So if you tell me everything's as is, and we know, and there's no seller's disclosure, and we know there's something there, like, we're going to find it. So it would be a lot easier if everybody was just being transparent. But when it comes to septic, if you're a buyer in New Jersey, contact us if you need assistance. We understand what we have to do. We have a great septic inspection company. And then we're going to figure out if you need to rebuild the whole septic, you actually need an engineer to figure out how it's going to go. These costs are not small. I'm telling you, you're looking at 30 to 50 grand. Think about it. That, in this short time frame, is what you need to know about septic right now.